Hi there. Hello and welcome. It is 10 a.m. Saturday morning here in Japan. If I have anybody who's listening or watching from the United States or Europe or other parts of Asia or Africa or wherever you may be, Australia, today we have a 90-minute webinar, and I'm going to be going through my 3-step answer plus plus system. What is exciting for me is that I started using this system about 2 years ago when it started working for me. Recently, I have started using my system with native speakers of English to help them become clear on communicating what they want to say and also become clear on their thinking. You know, a lot of times when we're asked a question, so what are your goals for 2018? Or what do you hope to achieve? Or what's your business? Or what do you do? We kind of search for the answer and we don't really have, sometimes, some of you do, a clear idea of how we want to speak. One of the most important things about English and about communicating is being able to give a nice, lengthy, concise and precise answer. I'm here in Japan, and I've been in Japan for over 25 years in the English field for one way or the other. I came over with the Sony Corporation to teach English in their language school. Now, Sony did not want us speaking any Japanese in the classroom at all, because Japanese learners of English are always getting English, Japanese, English, Japanese, English, Japanese. So they wanted us to provide English only. In the 25 years that I've been here in Japan, it's been interesting watching the changes in the education system, where the education ministry has put a lot of native English speakers into junior high schools and high schools. And now they're putting them in the elementary schools. And recently, they're asking Japanese teachers of English to speak only English in the classroom. It's a great idea, and it's a wonderful goal, and it is possible. It is doable. It can be done. But everything needs transition, everything needs time and training. You need to have a training for, well, how do we speak like native speakers? And what I focus on is making sure that you can at least do an answer plus plus, that you can at least give a basic response, your A, and then another piece of information, and then another piece of information. And that's the answer plus plus. One of the things that I like to do to start a webinar is, and you can do this too. I do not have a smartphone. I guess I'm not smart. I call it my dinosaur phone, but it's very handy dandy and it works. No internet. I have Wi-Fi, and I take my laptop or my iPad with me everywhere and my Wi-Fi. And, once in a while, people do call me on this, and I check it at night and go, oh, somebody called me. Because in this day and age, just not too many people call. Everybody uses the internet. Excuse me, my computer is heating up for some reason. Must be very excited to be on the air with all of you. So again, I'm Katie Adler. I have EnglishWithKatie.com. I'm a voiceover artist here in Tokyo. I love my job, and I love the English language learning business here in Japan, because there's so much to teach people. And I love that I'm starting to teach native speakers how to be great speakers, great, excellent communicators, which is so important. Communication is the key to all of our challenges that we have going on. And listening is a huge part of communicating. So as you're communicating, you also want to, make sure that people understand you and make sure that you're giving the most valuable information that you can. So what I like to do is, we're working with a PDF today, and I'm going to do a screen share. And let me do this here now. All righty, I got to get on the, there we go, you can see that. And that's the study cafe, okay. We are working with a PDF. And the first question is, how's your day going? Now, when I chose this question for the first question for the PDF, and I did a little research online, for like, well, how is this translated into Japanese? I found many commenters, many people saying, well, we don't ask that question. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, that in Japan, how's your day going is not commonly asked, but that's what I found on the internet, is that how's your day going is difficult to translate. But my translator, Yoshiko-san, did a fine job of translating it, so I'm very happy about that. So culturally, with cross-cultural communication, we do have to realize that sometimes what we think, oh, this is an okay question, it's a common question, is not a common question. And maybe people don't know how to answer it. Yeah. So anyway, our first question is, how's your day going? So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to stop screen sharing. Hi, go back to me. All right, now what I like to do with my dinosaur phone, as I've already explained, I don't have a smartphone. So I use my countdown timer. And we just do a very simple 30 seconds. I know that's showing up backwards, but it's 30 seconds. So what I'd like you to do is, I'm going to ask you, hey, how's your day going? Now, if you're not familiar with this question, your first response is like, how are you? I'm good. How are you? I'm bad. How are you? I'm so-so. How's your day going requires the same kind of answer. My day, oh, it's good. My day, oh, it's bad. My day, oh, it's slow. My day, oh, it's so-so. And you've got 30, whoops, oh, my dinosaur phone. You've got 30 seconds to respond, the whole 30 seconds. So let's see how you are with answer plus plus nonstop speaking. And then we'll work with just how to get you to that 30 seconds of nonstop speaking, and we'll work with the fillable PDF. So let's do this puppy. Remember, 30 seconds to answer. You can do it in your head. If you're watching this on the train, you may not want to do this out loud, so you can do it inside your head, and you will hear the buzzer go off. So again, the question is, I don't show you the time. I never look at the time when I'm doing this. That gives me good training to not focus on the time, but focus on what I'm saying. So, how's your day going? Keep talking. There's always lots to say. Keep going. Don't stop. More. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let me put this to on. I had it on silent mode, and we'll go back to timer. All right, great. Okay, so I'll do an example too. Say you ask me, Katie, how's your day going? Oh, my day's going pretty good. I woke up at about 7, took care of the cats, and took a shower, and had a great breakfast. I went to bed kind of early last night. I went to bed at 11 p.m. and I was really tired. So I listened to a meditation for having a deep, restful sleep. And that was great. It's at a site online called Meditation. Okay. Now, I could have kept talking. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, you went from how your day was going to your cats to your last night's sleep to Meditation Oasis. Yes, yes, that is how you should be speaking, to where things pop into your head in your language. When you're speaking, everything pops automatically into your head and you start taking these different threads. Our brains do not act like a list and have an order. Our brains have all kinds of pathways. So does our speech. And so what I want the Japanese viewers especially to realize is that your initial question, you can start with your basic answer plus plus, but you might take off in a different direction. And that is perfectly normal. Really, really, really normal. So there is a chat. So if you need to ask me a question, let me ask me a, whoops, that's all in caps. Didn't mean to be. I did not take typing in high school. Oh, but I did take Mavis Beacon Teaches Typing, which is a great software for learning how to type. I haven't done it in a while. I probably should practice again. So ask me a question in the chat box, if you like. Ugh. There we go. And then I can answer any questions, and any questions, if you want to ask me what I had for breakfast or, things like that, I'm happy to interrupt with that. That's kind of fun. So I was in Hong Kong in October, and I was speaking to 2 of my Japanese friends who are fluent English speakers. And they were saying that oftentimes they meet, or talk to foreigners who say, oh my gosh, you speak English and you're Japanese. Wow. And my 2 Japanese friends get so, ugh. But that is unfortunately the way that Japanese people are perceived for being able to speak English or not being able to speak English. And one of it, the most basic point, is culture, which is a whole nother discussion. And we don't need that discussion right now. It's not important because I'm teaching you, I'm training you how to become a confident speaker of English. So what we'll do right now is we had our 30-second test. And if you were able to fill up those 30 seconds with speaking, bravo. You are good to go. You pass with flying colors. But if you were a little hesitant and if you needed some help, then that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start with step 1. And for step 1, I like to use a box for training. It doesn't mean you have to, but it just is a visual. You can see very clearly, here's the answer, here's the plus, here's the plus. And your brain easily takes in that box and the answer plus plus. So your brain starts getting trained as to what to do. And it's an easy training for your brain. Everything we are, everything we do is training. It's habit because of our family, our culture, our environment, our choices in life, the books we read, how we change to choose something or continue something. It's all learned. It's all habit. So if you're thinking, no, I can never speak English, I'm not going to be able to do this. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And the first habit you have to change is that bad habit of thinking you can never do something. That's got to end. So let me work with showing you first another worksheet. And this worksheet, now I did put this link in my Facebook page, so you may not have signed up for the workshop, and if you didn't sign up for the workshop, that's okay, this workshop, but you're missing out on the training sheets. So, okay, there we go, share. And we want to share. Yay! Alrighty. Okay, so the first thing we're doing, and for those of you who are joining me and are not in Japan, the reason this is in Japanese is because I'm in Japan, and most of my clients are Japanese. So if you're new to Answer++, this survey will help you clearly understand what Answer++ is. And it's kind of a little quiz to let you know and to help you understand. So if you haven't taken it, you know, I would recommend taking it. It helps a lot with the understanding of it. Alrighty, I will close this. And Dean Fujioka is an actor here in the United States, in Japan, and he speaks 4 languages. So I thought it would be fun to use him as an example to show you what Answer++ing is. And with Answer++, you can do 3 separate answers or continuous answers. Katie, what does that mean? Okay, I'm going to tell you. So if, for example, I asked Dean Fujioka the question, are you going to learn another language? Now, these are all separate answers. No, no, no. So we have no, I'm not. I speak 4 languages now. They take all of my concentration. No, probably not. I would love to learn accents. New York or Southern accents would be very useful. No, I don't have much time. I need English for acting in Hollywood, so I want to focus on it. And remember, the question was, are you going to learn another language? And this is an example of 3 separate answers. And you know that because it's no, no, no. This is all training. This is all practice. This is what you do to create your answers about your ideas, thoughts, and experiences. Now, you could also do it with a continuous. Are you going to learn another language? No, I'm not. Now, there's only one no. Because everything continues. No, I'm not. I'm continuing to learn English. My dream is to perform and travel around the world. Australia is next on my list. I want to visit the Great Barrier Reef. I've heard it's wonderful. Australian people are very friendly. It should be easy to travel there. Maybe I can perform there too. So these are 2 ways that you can start creating your Answer++ answers. Yeah, because the basic point is you need to start creating your own responses, your own answers to everything. Studying from textbooks, studying from books, you have to get vocabulary, to get structure, to get idioms for listening. But remember, it's other people's material. So you have to find a way, if you are studying to be a great conversationalist in English, you need to find a way to make those idioms that you're using about you. So study the book, but then do an Answer++ with an idiom and make it your own with your ideas, your opinions, and your experiences. So let's do that now. And this is the training that you would do. So again, make that material your own. Everything you study for conversation should center around you. In conversation, you're sharing your ideas, your opinions, and your experiences. People are listening to you speak so they can respond to you and the conversation can continue. Start making your personal conversation study materials mandatory as part of your English studying experience. Mandatory means must. You must. Because if you're trying to remember other people's, it's just not going to help you in your conversation. So let's do this. How's your day going? And this is the answer plus graph. So I would put down, my day is going great. I had a super breakfast. My cats are fed and happy. Oops. Now I'm going to continue with this. Remember, I'm making my own conversation material. This is step one. Step one is doing the basics, answer plus. So let's just continue. My cats are happy and fed. I have 3 cats. They are very cute. They stay inside. They sit with me when I read. I read every day. I just finished a book by Judy Blume. So look at that. You know, this is a start, and this is what you should be doing. If you had a conversation in a textbook you were studying, and the conversation was A, B, how's your day going? You should make that your own and do your own answers for it. So how do you get to talk for 30 seconds nonstop? This is step one, just doing your basics. You can do this on the train, on the plane. You can do this anywhere. Anywhere you can do this. Just take out a piece of paper, look at someone across from you, or look at a building, or look at a piece of cake, and do an answer plus. Oh, that cake looks delicious. I had cake yesterday. I better not have cake today. That's going to start building up your trust and confidence for giving more than a one-word answer. And again, I'm here in Japan where the learners of English here do seem to have trouble giving more than a one-word answer to questions that they're asked. So understanding that it's okay to give an answer plus, you know, answer is really important. So the next step that we would have would be to mind map. And I use an online form called Coggle. And Coggle, I've got lots of mind maps. I should show you at EnglishWithKatie.com. Now I stopped in May because of my computer, and recordings just got really, really busy too. But at my blog, there are so many resources and so many examples of what you can do here. for Answer Plus Plus. Let me go back here. Yeah, you can just scroll through and find 5 ways to say it. I am starting again in January. There's always a worksheet that gives you examples, and then you can do it yourself. And this worksheet you can save on your desktop. Where did it go? And you can do it. You can print it off, or you can just on a piece of paper, you can make a square. Let's see, come back here to the sign. Yeah, and we'll go back. So here at my website, there's a lot of information for you. And you can see there's step 2, which is mind mapping. And step 3, here's the mind map. And step 3, speaking. So we right now are on step 2. We're on step 2, which is mind mapping. And let's see, also, if you're interested, there is a 30-day Answer Plus Plus challenge, which takes you through 30 days of Answer Plus Plusing. And I teach a 2-week private lesson, and it's only 15,000 yen. And I'm in there every single day. As soon as you type something, and we have 2 coaching calls, it's a very active, I love it. I have so much fun with my students. I really enjoy it. But those are some ways that if you're interested, you can use the free material at the blog, or you can do a lesson. And then also, I'm having a workshop in Nara, February 10th and 11th, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I do have until the 22nd of December to let the travel agency know. And if I have to cancel it, that's okay. I'll keep creating workshops until I can fill them, because I love working with people. Working with people is what I'm really, really passionate about. So we'll go back. Let me just recap. We've done step 1. Step 1 is the Answer Plus Plus. You can find information on my blog with worksheets for doing Answer Plus Plus. They're right there with examples and a space for you. You can save it to your computer. Also, you can buy the 30-day Answer Plus Plus challenge. It's 30 days of an Answer Plus Plus problem or question, and then advice and encouragement, or you can work with me privately, which I love. It's a 2-week private lesson, and it's a lot of fun. So let's work with step 2. Step 2 is mind mapping. And I'll share my screen with you again. I love that. All right, wow, my computer's getting really hot. Okay, it usually doesn't do that, but that's okay. All right, super. So I'm going to create a diagram. I have clicked on it. There we go. There is so much information about mind mapping. I have to do Bing Translator, so let me just show you how I do that. Whoops. If you're not sure about mind mapping, there is a ton of information, and there is just a ton of information in every language about mind mapping. It's actually really wonderful. It's so interesting. Now, I like Bing Translator or Google Translator the best because they do a pretty good job. This just makes it easy for me. So if you put mind map in Japanese, you're going to have just a ton of information come up for you about mind mapping. And this is the creator, Buzan, he was the one who created mind mapping, and it's gone global, universal. It's used in business. It's used all over. And I'll show you on YouTube also. There's a ton of stuff on mind mapping. Just a ton. All of this information is on mind mapping. You can watch lots and lots of videos so that you can understand the concept of mind mapping. This is how our brain works. Our brain loves to travel off in different directions. And then, as I showed you also on my website, on the blog, you can get your 3. Yeah, not very talkative. I'm very talkative. I'm not very talkative. This is where I have to get back to finish this one. That's funny. Oh, talking is so important. Yeah, so you can find all kinds of mind maps and training for free on my blog. I love this stuff. 5 ways to say it. 5 ways to say it. Do, 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 do. 5 ways to say it. Do, 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 do. And Coggle, which is what we're using. So let's go back here. We don't need that. Hide for now. All right, super. And we have this fillable. Now, this is how we're going to do this. There we go. All right, super. So we have the question, my day. And we've got going great, 3 cats, read. 1, 2, 3. So here we have, click to edit. Great. You only want 1 word or 2. You don't want sentences. If you have sentences, it means you're trying to remember them. And remembering the sentences just adds pressure. You want to stop trying to memorize or remember. That just adds too much pressure. So I've got great, great. 3 cats, 3 cats. Sit with me when I read, read. Okay, so this is how you start your mind map, which is just right from here. Now, over great, I have super breakfast, so I'm going to add super breakfast. Remember, this is step 2. This is step 2. And then I'm going to add, my cats are fed and happy. I'm going to put that for cats. Well, let me see. There we go. Okay. Move this here. Super breakfast. And then, yeah. Can move that in a little bit. There we go. Let me add here. Parts. Typing is not one of my strong points. That's okay though, I can live with that. Sometimes Coggle's very sensitive, but I can live with that too. I love Coggle. It works really nicely. All right. And then we've got three cats. And then we've got that the cats we're going to add. Very cute. And they stay inside. Cute. Now, I like dogs too. So those of you who have dogs, I am an animal person. I'm not a cat person. I'm an animal person. I just don't have the time to walk a dog right now. If I had the time to walk a dog, I would. I'll tell you what, I would have a dog, a horse, a cat, a pig. What else? Goats. And have you heard of goat yoga? Goat yoga is amazing. That's taken off in the United States. Let me show that to you. It's unbelievable. See, now this is what conversation is like. Going off, oh, goatyoga.net. Okay, as you can see, I've already checked it out. Goat yoga. So I'm a cat person, I'm an animal person, I'm a dog person. Look at that. Goat yoga. Oh, she looks like Meghan Markle, doesn't she? Wow. How much fun would that be, doing yoga with the goats? Oh, holiday. Wow. Limited spots. I saw they had it in Australia too. Oh, Katie, let's get back to business. Oh my goodness, back to business. So remember again, this is step 2. There we go. That's working. Yay. Okay, so reading. I love reading. 1, 2. So every day and beauty bloom. Now the goal, our goal, right, goal is 30 seconds non-stop speaking, right? So we work with step 1, answer plus basics. And then now we're working on step 2. Step 2. Step 2. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm so excited. Mind mapping. Now, we don't have so much information here. We've got just a little bit. So we're going to add. This is where whatever pops into my head, I allow to work for me. So super breakfast. I had soft boiled eggs. And I had raw vegetables. And I had bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof coffee, what is that? Ooh, you have to wait. You'll have to wait to hear. And the cats had canned food. Okay, I admit I added sardines. You need to have healthy food. Okay, so now we're getting some extra information. You should do about 9 other pieces of extra information. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 cats, 2 boys, 1 girl, and they were all strays. So I did not buy them from a pet shop. They actually came to me. They were outside and they came to me. There must be like a cat hotline. Oh, go to that house. She'll take you. Or that apartment. She'll take you. I grew up in a house, so I always say house. Okay, reading. Love. Every day. Especially when commuting. Now remember, this is all for step 3. You're just making the preparations for this. Let's make this a little bit more compact. And just take your time getting to know these programs. Doing this on a piece of paper is really the easiest way to do it rather than software. But I know sometimes if you're really good at software, you can get it done there. So let's go through this again. Here we had my day. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We had the extra information that we added, and then we added more information. I recommend 9 to 12 things, just what pops into your head, anything that pops into your head. So I'm going to stop screen sharing. Excellent. Yes, my glasses. It makes it easier to see. Oh, I'm getting older. Woo! And better. Okay, kidding. So we've gone through step 1, which is the answer plus basics. And that's really all about whenever you're studying something, whenever you're studying for English conversation, you need to be studying what you're going to say, not what someone else says. That helps. So if you listen to a radio program like Radio Eikaiwa and you hear great content, ask yourself, how about me? What would I say? And start composing, writing what you would say in English. Because you want to get out of the habit of translating Japanese, English, Japanese, English. You want to have, your ideas, your opinions, and your experiences start popping out at you. Again, if you have a question or a comment, you can write in the chat box. And yeah, that's fine. If not, that's great. Excellent. So the next thing that we're going to do is the 30 seconds times 3 nonstop speaking. So that's step 3. You can't see me typing, so I'm going to share the screen again. Just checking in to say hello. All right. Excellent. Yeah, so the step 3 is 3 times 30 seconds. Non-stop timed speaking. Now you always start at the same place. You always start at the same place. What I mean by that is I'm going to choose this to be number 1. This is number 2. And this is number 3. So I'm always going this way. I'm always going this way. Because when you are practicing, it gets easier once you've done it. It just gets smooth if you do it again and again and again. So you can do it actually as many times as you want. And we're using a timer. There is an online timer that I use. Let me get a new file, a new window. Sorry about that. Online watch. And this is just so you can see. And we'll use the countdown timer, 30 seconds. And we'll set that. And let's move this over here. Remember, this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. And I want to hit every single point. You'll watch my pointer as I'm speaking, and that is how I'm moving. All right, let's begin. My day is going great. I had a super breakfast. I got my cats fed. I had soft-boiled eggs and bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof coffee is ghee and coconut oil and coffee, and I shake it. I also had raw vegetables. That's how I start. My cats had canned food, and I added sardines. I have 3 cats. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. The cats stay inside because it's okay. Whoops. So that's the end. So let's go back. Starting here again. My day was great. My day's going great. I had a super breakfast. I got the cats fed. I had raw vegetables and soft-boiled eggs and bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof coffee is ghee, butter, coconut oil, and coffee. Delicious. My cats had canned food, and I added sardines. I have 3 cats. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. The cats stay inside. It's safer for them. They are very cute. One is black, and the other 2 are tiger cats. They were strays. Okay, here we go. My day's going great. I had a super breakfast. I got my cats fed. They have canned food and sardines that I add to it. I ate raw vegetables and had soft-boiled eggs and bulletproof coffee, which you can find online. I have 3 cats, 2 boys and 1 girl. The cats stay inside. It's safer. They're very cute. I have 2 tigers and 1 black cat. They were strays, so they came to me. I love reading, and so I always read every day. There we go. So you can see how you get a little bit faster because you want to. It's okay that I didn't finish. Let me go one more time and I'll show you that I can finish, and you can do this too. My day's going great. I had a super breakfast. My cats got fed. They had canned food, and I added sardines. I had soft-boiled eggs, which I love, and bulletproof coffee, and I had raw vegetables. I have 3 cats, 2 boys and 1 girl. They stay inside. They're really cute, and they were strays. I don't buy my cats. I love reading, so I'm able to read every day. When I'm commuting, which commuting in Japan is fabulous. I just read a book by Judy Blume. I'm taking an online writing course with Judy Blume. Now, you may think, Katie, that speaking was just too fast. I mean, nobody could understand that. But here's the point. In training, that's what you want to do, because at least you have the ability to do it. And then a spill-off or a spillover effect is that when you are speaking that fast, your brain is taking it all in, and your listening will become sharper. Because when you can speak that fast, and when you can get out all the information, your brain is hearing that, and then your brain will be able to hear it from other people too. It's great. You can do this. So if you're on a train, or you're waiting in a doctor's office, or you're at a coffee shop, you can do this in your head, or you can do it just really quietly to yourself. I was once at a coffee shop, and there was a man and a woman. This was here in Japan. They were Japanese. She was reading a book, and he was reading a book. He was reading a book in English, and he was reading out loud, just very softly, not reading to her because she was reading a book. He was just very softly reading out loud. Now, some people may think, well, that's strange, or why did he do that? But he didn't care. That was his chance and his time to be able to do some reading practice. And he seemed very comfortable. She seemed very comfortable. So I think he had been doing that practice for a long time. Didn't bother me, it's a free country. And if that's something he wanted to do, and he wasn't bothering me, he was very engaged and focused on his book, and he was getting his study time in. I thought it was a great idea. So I'm going to pass that tip along to you too, that, hey, why not read out loud? But also, why not keep your own notebook of your answer pluses and read those out loud? Use your material. if you're studying conversation. Now, if he was studying reading and comprehension and vocabulary, perfect. Read out loud other people's material. That's a great practice. But when you are studying for conversation, you must study your material. That means you create your material. It's so easy to do. All you do is, like, let's see, you look around in your environment and you decide to focus on something. And you think, oh, glasses, my glasses, my glasses, my glasses. I started using reading glasses 1 year ago. I don't always have to use them. The 100 yen store has reading glasses, so they can be very cheap. I'm so thankful for glasses. It's rather surprising how small book print seems to be now. I do remember a time when I could read a book with no glasses. I remember aunts and uncles and my parents getting glasses and reading glasses and thinking, ooh. But now I have them and I understand. So I'm very happy to have reading glasses. That's it. That's the kind of practice you must do to just start. It's your practice. Nobody has to see you, but it's practice that gets you prepared. Because remember, in your native English, every day you were using your native language. And every day your parents or your teachers were teaching you how to communicate correctly. Television, radio was teaching you. You had so much coming at you. But for English, here in Japan, you don't have a lot coming at you. You have to make the time, and you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. So keep doing a great job of it. And as I said before, there are the 30-day challenge program that you can get from me, and also the 2 weeks private lesson that I have also. I'd love to work with you. I have so much fun, and my students have a lot of fun. And it's really funny because with the time speaking, a lot of them end up because they're not used to speaking quickly. They're not used to that. But there is something about a timer that we know, because as kids, we had to race against the time, or we had a test and we have time. So our brain knows, oh, timer, gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it. And it helps. It's a very, very useful method for teaching people. All right, excellent. So what we can do is, I've gone through the 3 steps, the Answer plus basics, the mind map, and then the 30-second nonstop speaking. And let's go through it again, because we have 3 questions on the resource that I sent you. Now, if you're watching this from my Facebook link, if you sign up for my updates, or if you sign up on the sign-up page for the for this workshop, you'll get the teaching materials. Now, okay, let me show you the material that's coming to you. Is a, I see where it is here. The timer. There we go. Okay. There is a guided conversation that is coming to you. And in this guided conversation, you are taken on a visualization. The reason I'm pausing right now is I might just unplug my microphone so that you can hear, because I don't know if you can hear it if I play it this way. So this guided visualization, there we go. It's here in an MP3.
Katie Adler's Sunny Cafe Guided Visualization. It's a warm, beautiful afternoon. The sun is shining. You take a deep breath in and out. You feel the warm sun on your face. You have arrived at a welcoming coffee shop called Sunny Cafe. Sunny Cafe has delicious drinks, iced tea, hot tea, coffee, all kinds, and freshly squeezed juices. You open the door and hear relaxing music. You sit down at a table for two. The door opens. You look up and see me. I'm meeting you for a fun chat. We wave at each other and I sit down. You say, "Hi, Katie. It's good to see you. It's a beautiful day. Thanks for meeting me." Repeat. "Hi, Katie. It's good to see you. It's a beautiful day. Thanks for meeting me." I smile and say, "Oh, thank you so much for asking me to meet you today. It's wonderful to see you."
Great. So what I've created is a guided visualization conversation. And let me just share. I thought I had shared my screen with you, but maybe I didn't. I hope I don't have two of these going. Okay, good. So yeah, this is the video.
I've been looking forward to our chat.
This is the MP3.
The waitress comes over. We order. You're having.
Iced tea.
I'm having the coffee of the day. The waitress leaves. You ask me, "How's your day going?" Repeat.
How's your day going?
I answer, "Oh, my day's going really good. I had 2 recordings. I'm meeting you, and tonight I'm making cookies. I haven't made cookies in a long time, so I'm really looking forward to it." I ask you, "How's your day going?" You say,
"Oh, pretty good. I had breakfast this morning and I went to work. It was a short day. Work is going pretty good. I'm working on a new project that I really enjoy."
The waitress brings our drinks, and we enjoy our first.
So you can see there's silence for you to answer. And this is coming to your email box soon. It's the first time that I've made something like this, so I'm looking forward to hearing how this guided visualization conversation goes for you. It's free. It's a free learning material for you. So I hope you can enjoy it. So we've had the Answer Plus Plus basics. I've shown you how to do the box and how you have to make the material your own. We've done the mind mapping, and I've shown you that there are many resources on the internet. In every language, there are resources for mind mapping. And I've included it as my 3-step process because it's a memo, and it's a perfect memo, and it's not memorizing sentences. You have to stop at some point. There is a time for memorizing, but at some point you have to say, you know, now it's time to start using. Now it's time to start using because you know the stuff. You just have to build up your trust and your confidence. And then it's the 30-second timed nonstop speaking. So let's do another example. We have time, and yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. It's wonderful. As I said before, if you have any questions or comments, there is a chat box here. So I think we're able to use the same chat box. Hi. And if you have any comments or questions, I would love to answer your questions or have a note from you or something if you like. Oh, I can do smiley faces too. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Okay. All right, so let's do one more example. No. And we'll put this down here. Bring the Adobe up. Yeah. You know, you have to decide on your intention for learning English. You know, why are you learning it? Is it to travel? Is it for business? Is it to help foreigners who come to Japan or foreigners who are in your country? Yeah, so think about your dream. What is your dream? What is your dream? What is your dream? Dreaming is so important. All right, so let's go back to the fillable. I'm going to put my glasses on. And here we go. The next one is, have you read any good books or seen any good movies lately? So I'm going to put down here, let's see, I just read a book by Judy Blume. I'm taking her writing class. She is a very successful writer. Let's see, and for movies, a movie I saw recently was, Incredible Beasts. It's the Harry Potter connected movie about the beasts. I can't remember what it's called. Wow. I was fascinated. And I'm reading a book on marketing. I don't remember. I don't remember the title, but let's see. It's very difficult. So here I have you read any good books or seen any good movies lately? Now remember with this one, I kind of continued. This was one thought, one connection. These are three different ones. This is 1, 2, 3. Have you read any good books or seen any good movies lately? I just read a book by Judy Blume. I'm taking her writing class. She's a very successful writer. Well, it's her online writing class. The movie I saw recently was Incredible Beasts. It's the Harry Potter connected movie about the beasts. I was fascinated. I'm reading a book on marketing. I don't remember the title. It's very difficult. So these are three different answers.
I could have continued all about Judy Blume, or I could have done Judy Blume and then Incredible Beasts and continued. There's just any number of ways to do this. So remember, that's our step 1. That's our step 1, Answer plus basics. And you can use a refillable PDF or you can use a piece of paper. That's fine. Now, if we go to step 2, we go to mind mapping. And what else do I have here? Okay, I'm going to move a new window. Thank you for your patience. And as I said before, I use Coglit. This is free. This is completely free. Upgrade now. I have not upgraded, and I've been able to make all of these mind maps. And it's completely free. There are all kinds of mind mapping software, and you can just use your very easy piece of paper to mind map. They have a whole system behind it, but I just use a very basic way of mind mapping. And so this is books, movies. And I've got Judy Blume, Incredible Beasts, and marketing. So let's edit it here. Judy Blume. Beasts. Marketing. All right. I can move this in a little bit. Okay. All right, so Judy Blume, she writes adult and children's books. And she grabs you. There's always a shock. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And for this book, I gasped in the restaurant. I was a little embarrassed. I went, oh! I never do that with books. That was just amazing. And I read this in one day. I never find the time to read a book in one day, but I read this book in one day. I can't remember the name of it. I don't usually remember the names of books. Horrible. I suppose I should do that. That's a good idea. And let's just move this here. I'm going to move this around so I can make it easy for me. Maybe that's not working. There we go. Okay, beasts. And this is a Harry Potter. Boy, I loved Harry Potter. Thanksgiving, I waited because U.S. Thanksgiving, the Harry Potter movie the books came out. And the books and movie. Great. You know, sometimes the movie doesn't match the book, but Harry Potter, gosh. Boy, these beasts were cute too. It was a good story. And the actor was really good in that movie. I don't know if you saw that movie. It was really, really well done. I finally saw it. I think it's kind of old. It might be 2 years old or something. Maybe it's 3 years old? I'm not sure. Oh, but you know what? J.K. Rowling. Is that who did that one? J.K. Rowling. She's a genius. Genius. So marketing, because I have an online business. Man, an online business is tough. It's really tough. You have to have patience. Patience. And believe. Belief and trust. Let's see if I have enough here. And just remember with yeah, that's where I need to grab it. Yeah, excellent. There we go. This is making it nice. Oh, remembering. Okay, there. Put this here. So for the mind mapping, you want to add the element, add the info from your Answer++ basics. And then you want to add more info. And only 1 or 2, at most 3 words. Notice I don't have sentences. You don't need sentences because we never say the same thing the same way. You don't need sentences because you're not remembering. Watch as I do the 30-second timed non-stop speaking. I change how I say it. I change the order. I hit everything on the mind map, but I don't do it exactly the same way. We never, ever tell the story the same exact way. We don't. That's not how we work. Because for different people, we have a different connection, and we understand that this information may not be so interesting to this person, so we'll go to another information when we're talking to someone. Our brains are amazing. I'm taking an online class in neuroscience, in brain science, and it's helping me a lot understanding how we learn and cracking our brains open so we can learn more, because our brains never stop changing. Our brains can always change. You can always teach a dog new tricks. That's the truth. All right, so once again, with the mind mapping, you want to take the information from your Answer++ing, put that on the mind map, then add other information that pops up for you. And that's how you'll make your mind map. And your mind map, 1 word, 2 words, or 3 words at the most, but no sentences. And there's always number 1, number 2, and number 3. You always start back at the same place. Start, start, start. Because you start at the same place, because that becomes easier to say, so you can speak faster and get more information in. This is training. This is training so that in a conversation, you will know how to speak like a native speaker. And the spill-off is that your listening will improve. Now, it is good, you can do this training in your head, but it's so much better if you can find the time and the space and the place where or with people you trust. but that nobody who makes you feel nervous is watching you. Just do it in a space where you feel good and record yourself. You can use your dinosaur phone or your smartphone to record yourself and listen back, and you'll know. I do that for voice work. When I have a recording, I record myself with the material, and I know, ooh, I need to change that. Oh, I need to change that. So it's really important to be able to listen to yourself. And, you know, I hear people say, I don't like how I sound. Well, start liking how you sound, because other people have to listen to you. So if you don't like how you sound, how are other people supposed to like how you sound? So stop that. Start saying, oh, how to like how I sound? No, you can't. You like how you sound. That's all there is to it. Or change it or do something so that you like how you sound. And hearing yourself back, if you listen to yourself, you can change your placement. You can put your placement up here, or you can put your placement down there. But do something so that you like your sound. Because you want people to enjoy talking to you. And if you don't like how you sound, that's not so good. All right. Ooh. Okay, so let's screen share again. All right, very good. Let me move this. So we've got our, we're going to bring this up. And remember, we do 30 seconds. 30 seconds times 3, nonstop time speaking. And we always start at the same place. Great. Okay. So let's try this puppy. And here's my number 1, my number 2, my number 3. Start. So I just read a book by Judy Blume. Man, it grabbed me. I was shocked in the first 10 pages. I gasped in the restaurant. Unbelievable. She writes books for adults and children. I read this book yesterday. I read it in one day. It was amazing. I just saw a movie about the Incredible Beasts. It's part of the Harry Potter movies. Let's go again. So I just read a book by Judy Blume. I read it in one day. She writes for adults and children. Man, she grabs you. I was shocked within the first 10 pages. I gasped in the restaurant. Incredible Beasts I watched recently. It's part of the Harry Potter. Cute beast. It's a great story. I loved it. I think J.K. Rowling is a genius. I love her story about her life. Harry Potter always came out at Thanksgiving. Okay, let's do it one more time. So I just read a book by Judy Blume. She grabs you. I was shocked in the first 10 pages. I gasped in the restaurant. She writes books for adults and children. I read it in one day, which is great. Incredible Beasts I just saw. It's part of the Harry Potter books. These were cute beasts. It's a good story. J.K. Rowling is a genius. Harry Potter movies always came out at Thanksgiving. I love them. The books and movies are great. I'm reading a book on marketing because I have an online business. Boy, it's tough. Okay, very good. And let me just come back to you here. And I will do, so you can watch me, my face as I do this. Do I need my glasses? I do. So I'm going to set the timer again. So I just read a book by Judy Blume. Man, she grabs you. I was shocked in the first 10 pages. I gasped in the restaurant. She writes books for adults and children. I read it in one day. Incredible Beasts. It's part of the Harry Potter series. Cute beast. It's a great story. J.K. Rowling is a genius. Harry Potter always came out at Thanksgiving. The books and the movie. Oh, I didn't start my thing. Okay, let me try again. Start. So I just read a book by Judy Blume. I read it in one day. She writes for adults and children. Her stories grab you. I was shocked. I gasped in the restaurant. I watched a movie called Incredible Beasts. It's part of the Harry Potter series. Cute story, good story. J.K. Rowling is a genius. Thanksgiving, the Harry Potter movies all came out, and the books and the movies are great. I'm reading a book right now on marketing. I have an online business. It's tough. You need a lot of patience and belief and trust. Okay, great. So that is the kind of training that you can do on your own. You know, you don't need anybody. My blog can help you. It shows you the layouts and also 5 ways to say it. My blog is starting again in January. So is my radio show. That's starting again in January too. 3 steps to make conversation your own. It's great to study material from books. It's great to learn new vocabulary. It's great to do listening. Excuse me. And what is also important, if you're studying for conversation, is to start studying what you say. Think about it. You have spent years studying what someone else has written for you to study. You have spent years studying someone's imagination about conversation. And it's a good imagination because most of the writing is based on conversations that exist. But now it's time for English. Get a notebook. Keep your notebook with you. Observe your surroundings. And answer plus comment. Oh, look at that man's briefcase. I really like that. Maybe I'll get my husband a briefcase like that. Or if you're a man, oh, I like that man's briefcase. I need a new briefcase. Tomorrow I'll go shopping for a briefcase. It's that simple. Just start making it your own. Any vocabulary or any idioms that you study, use the idioms in a sentence about your experiences, your ideas, your opinions. The newspaper. Take a headline from the newspaper. Answer plus with your opinion. Do it 3 times. 3 works because it just gives you that much more. The more practice you have, the better it is. And then if you have time, mind map it. Mind map with the circle, very easy to draw. You can study mind mapping online. And then if you are on the train and haven't reached your destination, take out your timer, input 30 seconds, push it, and just in your head, start speaking about the topic, looking at your mind map that you've got. Keep that notebook and use that notebook for studying for conversation. And then you cannot say, I don't know what to say. I don't know how much to say. Because the more you are able to say, the more confidence you'll have, and the more you'll know how much to say, when to start, when to stop. But the whole point of a conversation is to share and to tell other people about yourself, your experiences, your ideas, your thoughts and opinions, so that other people can talk to you and share with you about themselves. You know, I remember being on the cable car in San Francisco with my mother and grandmother. And there was a man sitting next to me, and we started talking. And we got off the cable car, and my grandmother looked at my mother and said, "Katie will just talk to anyone." And I thought, well, yeah, why not? I mean, I'm not foolish. I've got a really good sensor, or I hope I've got a good sensor, and I'm careful. So you need to be careful. But my grandmother and my mother were sitting right next to me, so I knew I was safe. And it was a very nice conversation. I do not remember what we talked about. Maybe the weather, maybe San Francisco, but yeah. So be safe. Be safe. So let's just go through one more time what we've done. Good. So we've done our answer plus basics. We did 2 of them. We have our mind maps. And you can see I have books and movies and my day here. These are the 2 mind maps that we did today. Right there. And then we also timed that with the online stopwatch. And let's see here. Here at my website, I have my blog. It's free. All of this information, you can download all kinds of worksheets, and you can hear my examples. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 1, step 2. So everything has an example for you. This is 5 ways to say it. And there's one meaning for that I focus on. So that's free. I do have, let's see, the NARA workshop is coming up in February, and that should be a lot of fun. We start at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and we're knocking down the hurdles for me coaching you how to be a confident English speaker. And it's 58,000 yen. I thought it was 60,000 yen. Yeah, 58,000 yen. Only 10 people. Everything's included. Hotel, food, teaching. And then if you are interested, there is also a 30-day Answer Plus challenge. And it's a self-paced course. You get a lesson every day, encouragement and advice. And then a 2-week private lesson if you're interested also. And, you know, you can do this by yourself. There's every reason in the world. There's every reason in the world for you to be able to do this by yourself. But if you ever need help with anything or you want some coaching, you can reach out to me at conversationkatie@gmail.com. I'm very happy to answer your questions. I have an assistant, Yoshiko-san, and she's great. She started out as one of my students, and she was very active. She's an ideal student. So I asked her if it would be possible for her to be an assistant to work with me. And fortunately for me, I was very lucky. She said yes. And so she helps me with everything so that you can feel comfortable in Japanese corresponding and asking your questions. Also, if you're watching this from outside of Japan, and if you're a native speaker or an advanced speaker, I really can help you get very clear on how to express yourself. It's my specialty. It's what I study. It's what I do. It's my job, especially working for NHK and reading the news or doing their educational programs, and also doing videos for top companies here in Japan. So there's a lot that I would love to be able to help you with, and please feel free to reach out to me. Be looking for your Sunny Cafe MP3. I'm excited for people to start using that and start training with that. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today, and have a super, super day. Bye.